Today, the House Rules Committee meeting to consider charges of contempt for Attorney General Merrick Garland. It comes after the AG refused to turn over those audio recordings of President Biden's interview with Special Counsel Robert Hur, who, of course, investigated Biden's handling of those classified materials. Now, Hur made the report public in February, and you might remember he said he would not be filing charges against President Biden. He went on to say that part of the reason he decided against charges was that he thought a jury would be likely to see Biden as, quoting here, a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. Well, the Justice Department says the release of that audio could dissuade cooperation from future witnesses in criminal cases. But House Republicans argue the tapes are necessary to their investigation into President Biden. Now, Democrats also claim that the audio recordings would simply be used as a political weapon. So joining us again is ABC News' Jay O'Brien. Of course, he covers Capitol Hill for us. So, Jay, walk us through exactly what is happening today in regards to this.
So this committee is the last step before this contempt of Congress resolution about Garland goes to the House floor. Remember, the House Oversight Committee and the House Judiciary Committee have already marked these up. That was that proceeding in the House Oversight Committee, remember, where Marjorie Taylor Greene gets into it with that other member of the committee, the Democrat Jasmine Crockett, talks about her eyelashes. Ooh, we could talk about that for a long time, but this is that same kind of trend. So then it goes on to the Rules Committee. It's all procedural. It has to eventually come out of the Rules Committee before it could go to a vote on the House floor. It is expected out of the Rules Committee this evening, but it might be a long night. Committee sources are telling us that's because there's going to be a lot of debate amongst Republicans and Democrats. It will come out of this committee. Republicans control this committee. Just could be a long time. And then you're looking at a contempt vote for Garland in the middle of this week on the House floor.
And any reaction from Garland yet, Jay?
Well, Garland has said over this entire process, to your point, that holding him in contempt for not releasing that audio is politically motivated because he doesn't want to release the audio because he doesn't want to discourage, in his view, future subjects of federal investigation from participating in those investigations because the media of their interviews, as this is how he puts it, could be leaked to Congress or handed over to Congress in this case and used for, quote unquote, political purposes. Nonetheless, House Republicans say they have made a legitimate request. It is up to Garland to comply with that request. If he is not complying with that request, they are going to hold him in contempt of Congress. But Garland's pushback, the nuts and bolts of it, is that he views this as a political attempt to try to smear the Department of Justice. Kana.
All right, Jay O'Brien, thank you so much for being here with us today.